I am excited. Excited, I tell you, that um, that you're here. I'm excited to show you what's been going on. This is my second video on my YouTube channel, or this go round of my YouTube channel. The first one was a couple of months ago, and I looked at a little bit of it just to remember what it was I said. Um, but uh, I'm back with an update. So, to get some of the formal stuff out of the way, I'm Beverly. I own and operate Design BCB on Etsy and on Go Imagine. And I also have a shop on Etsy called Abby and Lincoln, and that is my digital sticker shop for faith-based and craft-based stickers, journal stickers, SVGs, wall art, um, that kind of thing. So a couple of months ago, I came and said that, well, I think I should have said, that I wanted to share my knitting adventures. Um, and I had sorted out my stash, and I was going to use my stash. I don't know if I said at the time that I had over 1,000 ball skeins, hanks, whatever, of yarn, but I have over 1,000. And even if on average it was $5 a ball, that is a lot of money to be laying around the house, especially since I'm in a business. And so, um, in one of my business classes, and in my Bible class, and also in my health class, um, we were talking about being resourceful and using the resources around you for success. And my business coach was saying, money is around you. Money will come. Money is always around you. And as I looked around my room when he said that, and I saw all my yarn, I thought, yeah, here's my money. This is my money. This is my resource. This is how I make more money. This is how I bring in more income and build the generational wealth, which is my main reason for being in business, is to leave the next gen better off. And so the question I came up with was, if the yarn god said to me, you can't have any more yarn until you use what you have and sell it. So not just enough to make something with it, but you have to get it out into the hands of customers. If they said that, could I still run my business? And the answer was, yes, I could, but not the way I'm currently running it. I would have to change my business model. And so that's my challenge, is to use the yarn as a resource for my business and then run my business. And so I started. And I think I made the first video either in December. No, I'm pretty sure it was after the new year, in January, but it was a couple of months ago. And I'm going to refer to my notes. I started keeping track of what I made and how much yarn I used. And for January, I wound up making 41 items, and those were orders. And I used 51 balls of yarn, which was which was not bad. That was very good for January. February, of course, slowed down a little bit. In February, again, it was, um, where's February? I don't know what I just did with my, there it is. Um, February, I made 28 items and used 24 balls of yarn. Now, has already started, and I've already started keeping track of March, but I'm going to say this. Had some acquisitions, had some yarn acquisitions. Not nearly as much as was um, used out, so I'm good on that. Um, and I've had more orders than I usually have for March, and I'm also taking that as a sign of good things to come. I think um, the more you prepare yourself for the blessings that God has for you, the easier it is to find those blessings that have been sitting in front of you all the time. So March is going pretty well. And so what I want to share with you today, oh, by the way, I'll leave the link to my TikTok account because I've made several TikTok videos, and you can see some of the yarn um, I pulled a couple of bins from my yarn closet that I haven't been into for a couple of years. I pulled some yarn from there. You can see what I pulled, and in a second I'll show you what I've been making. But I am so excited about what I've been doing the past couple of months I've been away. Um, Obviously, making all that stuff is good, but um, the future is looking bright. So, ooh, I see something I'm gonna have to pull over. So I'm gonna show you first the yarn acquisitions, because it all starts with that, and it's, I kind of want to finish the row, but it's a long row on this. This is an order I'm working on. It's another hooded scarf that I'm making. Like, I've made so many of these during my busy season, but it's another hooded scarf. Let me put that down for a second, and then I'm gonna reach over and pull a bag over. Hold on one second. All right. Okay. All right. Now, let me say this about the yarn acquisition. It's not from a fancy yarn company or anything like that. Um, but because y'all know, we love yarn no matter its source. So, all right. So the first thing, and I had to buy these. I had to buy these for orders. I had made um, a sparkly um, slouchy hat, crochet slouchy beanie, silver, black yarn, silver sparkle, and I sent it out, and customer received it, and she said, can I get this with gold instead of silver? Uh, and I had not seen gold sparkling yarn for a while, so I looked it up. Lo and behold, found some. So, of course, I couldn't just order the one ball. I had to order 7. Uh, but look at that. And it's Red Heart Super Saver Metallic in gold and black. But you know what? This actually is soft. This actually feels nice. And I love how it sparkles. And it is, I have to read upside down. There it is. It's 255 yards. So I think that's the same yardage you get on the stripes and the ombres and all that from I Love This Yarn. 255 yards. Um, I think it was 4 something a ball. I think. But I love that. I love that sparkle. And I love how soft it is. And I'm almost obsessed. And if I wasn't on the kick of using up the balls that I have, I would be getting more of this. I would be getting more of this. But I bought 7 skeins of that. I had another customer who wanted a ribbed scarf and hat to match. She already bought the hat, and dye lots being what they are, couldn't match up the scarf exactly, so doing the whole thing again. Speaking of I Love This Yarn, oh, it's not 255, it's 252. But this is I Love This Yarn in Naturals stripe. So I will be making a hat with this skein and a scarf with this one. And I think, yeah, one more just in case, because the scarf may actually take a little bit more than one. But I got that to do a customer order. And then because I liked the idea of the hat and scarf so much, I got another color of the same yarn. This is called Eagle Gold, and I love the colors on that one. So I got a couple of balls of this one to make. I bet I have one more ball down there. I won't pull it up. I have one more ball. To make that same hat and scarf in a slightly different color. So I got that. Then I used to sell a lot of prayer shawls, and I only offer one in the shop now, but I've been thinking and putting off that I should sell them again. And now I know I should, because I got an order for a prayer shawl, and all my prayer shawls are made with homespun. And I only have that one ball. So I had to go out, and it takes, I think, 3, if I remember, 3 balls to make one of my prayer shawls. So went out and got 3. And I know a lot of people have trouble with homespun. I don't. I love it. I love how lush it is. I love how soft it is. I never really paid attention to the yardage. It's only 185 yards per ball, which makes it kind of little on the expensive side for it. But um, Joanne on sale, you usually get this for a very good price. I want to say I ordered the 3 balls and I don't even think I paid $20 for it. So this is a prayer shawl that's going to be made. And then I sold 2 of my Rasta hat, which is my best-selling hat, or was my best-selling hat. Um, but I had to change the color because the old color was discontinued. And so I put it up in a new color, and that color is called Mahogany Singe. Love the feel of this too. Love the feel of this. And I put it up, and for a long time, it didn't sell. It just sat there. But then 2 of them sold. I only had 2 balls of yarn, and now another one has sold. So um, I always, when I go to buy one, I always buy 2. That's just the rule. If it takes 1 ball to make it, you have to buy 2. So I did that. But then I noticed this is kind of a marl effect, and I noticed they had that in other colors, and I found that interesting. So here's one called Nocturnal. That's black and gray. And then here's one called Scarlet Rose. And that's pretty. And so I want to make the same hat, which is my Rasta Eyelet hat. I want to make those in these colors because I think those would be really pretty in that color. And then this caught my eye. This is called Aegean Stripe. And I only bought the 1 ball of it. So I kind of wonder what it is I think I'm going to do with it. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make a stocking cap. The stocking cap body is going to be black, and this is going to be the rim, the brim, and the pom-pom. That's my thought on that. So that, and then now we're getting to the meat of the acquisition. We only have 1 Ollie's that's anywhere close to us, and that's about 50 miles away. And I had to be out in that area last weekend for a knit-a-thon. So a friend and I stopped in at Ollie's to take a look at their very limited yarn closeout. But while we were at the knit-a-thon, somebody had donated a bunch of yarn, and the organizers of the event said, take yarn, just bring hats back the next time you come. And they had done that before. This is the second time that they were holding this event, and the first time there was somebody who also donated yarn, so we took it, and I brought back 4 hats, and another friend donated 1 hat and sent it that I brought in, so 5 hats total. And so there will be more hats coming from because we got yarn from them again. But let me tell you, they were very encouraging to take yarn, and so took yarn. Yep. All right. So part of what's in here, though, is what we got from Ollie's. Always was supposed to be having a red heart closeout. I did not buy any red heart yarn. I don't think this is red heart yarn. No, nope. So, um, and they were supposed to be $2.99 each, and I think what I actually bought was $5 each. But okay. So what I wound up getting, 3 of these. This is Bernat Cozy style in the color soft gray. 1,015 yards. It's supposed to be a 4-weight, and yeah, it is. It's a 4-weight. And it's somewhat soft. Yeah, I could do clothing with it. I can do accessories in it. 3 of these. 2, 3. Lost the band. The band stayed in the back. 3 of those. And then the other thing I got at Ollie's, I was kind of surprised I got these. I was kind of interested in them, but I wasn't interested enough to buy them when they were in the store. Karen Crystal Cakes. And this is called Starry Night. There are 634 yards. This was on sale for $5. Got 3. This, I think, will make an interesting hat and scarf set. I do have ideas on what I want to do with it. I may even pair it up with the Bernat, but I'll have to see. But that was my Ollie's haul. Now the rest of the stuff I'm going to show you is the stuff that was donated. First up, Jaeger Baby Merino. This is 100% merino wool, 131 yards. No color name. And the bag has 6 balls of it. Now this is not as soft as you would expect merino to be. This is also a DK weight. And so I am seeing hats. I will make hats out of this too, to go back and be donated or to bring back. Here is half a ball of Impeccable. And the reason it's half a ball is because I used the other ball when I made a hat that, while we were knitting there, I made a hat that stayed there. I'm trying to remember if I made a pom-pom to put on the hat. I don't think I did. But the halves came home with me. All right. And then Wool Ease in, black. Wool Ease is 80% acrylic, 20% wool, 197 yards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 12 of those. Put that up there. And then Plymouth Encore, which is a very nice yarn. 75% acrylic, 25% wool. I think it's considered a 4. Yeah, 200 yards. Make sure. Oh, Plymouth makes some nice stuff. I got some more. I got Encore. Oops, this is falling. Don't fall. There we go. I got some Encore the last time. And so I think I got 2 balls of that. Then some more Encore. And doesn't have a color listed. Color 45, but it's an olive green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5. 6. So 6, 6, 12, 12 and 5, 17. So 17 balls of yarn in a nice bag. I think, yeah. And I don't know who donated it, but for this time and the last time, they didn't donate chintzy yarn. I mean, it was all. There were some workhorse yarns, but for the most part, it was shop yarn. So at 17 balls of yarn, and the merino I think had a sales tag of about $7 on it. So that was around $40 worth of yarn. You know, this is what is this, $5, maybe even more for both of these. So you're talking in a little over $100. Somebody had a nice yarn stash. So I'll put all this back in there. But so this gets added back into. So what did I say? 6, 7, and 7. Did I say that? Is that what I said? That number gets added back into the stash, but like I said, that I used over 40 balls of yarn. For the first 2 months, I've used almost 90 balls of yarn, so that doesn't put back a lot. Okay, so, but that's the yarn acquisition. And stacking this back up. Give me a sec. All right. So what that leaves are the items that I've done and the items that I'm working on. That's what we have to talk about next. So I'm going to go back to, um, I'm going to my design list, and my design list are the items that I'm working on and made. Uh, there's one thing on the list that I can't show you. I wonder, I'll see if I can show you a picture of it because somebody bought it before I got to put it in the shop. So, but the first thing that I was working on, and my first things that I'm going to launch when I get enough of them are headbands. I'm working on some double knit twisted headbands, and Naomi here is wearing my first one. This is double knit, double thick. It'll be good for the cooler months. I am making them now, so by the time we get to the cooler months, I'll have a bunch of them that are just ready to ship and ready to go. This one is made out of, I love this yarn. Um, really nice and firm and cold. They are actually quite warm. The second thing I'm working on is, if you remember, I said that I was also working on items for um, my digital shop. So the second thing I'm working on is a set of digital stickers. See if we can. Well, that didn't work out right. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay, let's see. There we go. It's called The Word. Um, that is a set of, so far, it's 125 digital stickers based upon um, passages that I've been reading in the Bible. Right now, that's being prepped um, as a Good Notes book, and that should be available to be in the shop um, relatively soon. Like it should be this week. And like I said, that's Abby and Lincoln. If I remember, I'll put a link to it below, so you can go and look for it. You can use these stickers on Good Notes, or my journal is Zinnia, and they will work in Zinnia. You can use those there. The third thing is I'm working on, it's called In Twist Cow. It's from Pearl Soho. It was a twisted cow from Pearl Soho. And that's the one that um, a friend of mine bought. She bought it off me before I could put it in the shop. And I'll see if I see. Um, Turquoise and black. And she bought it before I could put it in the shop. But I have another one in a different color on the needles, and um, you'll see that in progress. And then another digital set that I'm working on. I am fascinated. Uh, well, not fascinated, but um, well, what I'm working on is a set of stickers that are the name. the names of the books of the Bible, Old Testament, New Testament, and oops, almost did it again. Yeah, this one's not going to show up that well. Yeah, oh, there you go. You can see it on that angle. It says Old Testament, but the books of the Bible, including the Apocrypha, working on that. And that also should be ready to go relatively soon. It wouldn't surprise me if it were in the office next week. Um, and then like I said, the hooded scarf I'm working on as an order you saw. I'm also doing, see if I can, I have a bunch of bags with my projects in here. See if I can find that one that I'm working that I want to show you. Is one of the things that I decided that I wanted to do, since I have to use up the yarn. Um, I'm doing an Afghan. I actually have a couple of Afghans to do. So this one that I'm working on is also from Pearl Soho, and it is the Prism Afghan, I think it's called the Prism Blanket, and it's a connect as you go Afghan. So you're gonna knit out the square, and then you're gonna start your next end. It starts with 3 stitches, but you're gonna start your next one, and then as you grow that square, you're going to attach to the square you're on. Or, yeah, you're going to attach the square you're on to a previous square. So it kind of works just like the crochet um, procedure or process when you're doing granny squares as you go. Same concept, same idea. So this is the first square. We're doing that. And of course they have all this yarn that they want you to purchase, which I won't because that's way too expensive. But my idea is to use my scrap yarns when I do it. I want to use my scrap yarns up. So um, since I was doing a ton of those hooded scarves, I have a bunch of black scrap yarn. So I was thinking each square might have a little bit of black in it because that will anchor the colors out. And then just use whatever other scraps or half skeins or 3/4 skeins I may have um, to fill it out. And I think, if I'm remembering correctly, there are 20 to 25, maybe 20 squares to do. But that Afghan. And then, oh, I did another headband in sparkly yarn, but this is the silver and black sparkly yarn. Isn't that pretty? And it is a twisted headband. See if you can see the twist. It's a twisted headband. There will be more of these coming because several people have ordered um, the beanie that I make out of this, and so I have some half skeins left over, so I'll be making that. And then, one more set of stickers to show you. And this set of stickers is, see if that shows up. I know it doesn't look like it will. There it is. The names of God. Um, and I'm using um, more than just the Bible to find the many names of God. And I'm actually kind of loving that because there are stories behind each name, and reading those stories can be very interesting. Um, and then, uh, well, there are a couple other things that I've started. Let's see. So, okay, got that up. Oh, forgot to put that back in the box in the bag. Okay. Okay. So now this is almost a mystery bag because I don't know what I have in each bag. Oh, okay. So the twisted cowl. So this is what the Pearl Soho in a twist cowl looks like. See if I can find the twist. So you start with a solid color, then you use both colors, and then you go to the third or the second color. So um, that's where I am now with this. Almost done with it. Almost done. And I actually like this better than I like the first one. And I'm actually thinking um, with the layout of the solid color, the dual color, and then the solid color, you can do that in a hat and have the hat match it. And you can also do it in a headband and have the headband match. And since one of the things that I'm really going to be into are doing things for the Divine Nine sororities and fraternities, that's going to come in handy. This will come in handy for that. So that's one. Then, let's see, one, two. I should have two more. What project is this? Okay. This is missing a needle. Okay. This is another double knit headband. And instead of doing double knit in one of the more traditional ways, I'm just doing it with double points in a tube. Makes it easier because all it is, knit stitching all the way down, get it to the length I want it. I will sew both ends together and then do the twist part. So that just makes it really easy. I don't have to worry about knitting one color, purling one color, anything like that. Makes it all nice and smooth and pretty. See, now I can't do these without finishing a row, right? So, a couple more stitches. Okay, right. And then I should have one more thing. Let me see if I know what it is. Oh, I don't even know that I have that started yet. I don't think I do. I think I just have the, we'll see. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I do have it started. I do have it started. Um, and I could have showed you a finished one, but it's way over there. And we're almost done. So this is going to be a Christmas stocking. See, we have the toe of the stocking. It's going to be a Christmas stocking. And I think yeah. So this is going to be a fun and easy crochet. And again, this is something that can, since the two things I'm going for are Divine Nine and then the boho style, you can pretty much go wild with these. With the Divine Nine, of course, you're going to keep it in colors. Like this one is blue and white, which is for one sorority and one fraternity in the Divine Nine. So that will work. Um, but there are different variations, variant yarns, self-striping yarns, gradients that you can use to make those. Ah, so do you see why I'm excited? Um, oh, one more thing to show you. I have been, there are a bunch of, oops, do I have more? Headbands. Here is teal. Black flecks. And I think I have two of those. Oh, two teal as well. And a pink. And I make these after I make another item, use the leftover to make one of these. And those go along with the two that I've previously made in cotton. This is from a Karen cake. And this is from a Premier cotton. So headbands will be abounding. So that's it, y'all. You can see why I am excited about what's happening, what's going to be happening for both store, or all three stores, what's going to be happening for them in getting down the yarn stash. So hopefully it won't take me another 2 months to get up another video. But if it does, it does, because that's just how that rolls. But I look forward to the next time seeing you guys. In the meantime, y'all knit happy, crochet cool, do you, be yourselves. Weather's getting warmer, at least here, so get ready to get outside and enjoy the 6 days of creation. And on that 7th day, you take yourself a rest. And then we'll see you all the next time. God bless you, everybody.